And we're back. We're back on the Morning Magazine Synergy Radio Network. This is Richard Harper, also known as the Rich Living Coach. My name has been changed. They're calling me Rich Living now, and I appreciate that so much. This is your Rich Living moment. You know what? And interestingly, as I said, I'm now known by many as Rich Living. That's the same thing I want to ask you. What are you known as? Or who do you call yourself? Who do you say that you are? There was a conversation between Jesus and the disciples, and he asked a question, who do you say that I am? And it is said that Peter said, thou art the Christ. And Jesus' response was, as flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father which is in heaven. There's a principle that you must get there. The divine has called you by a name that you must align yourself with. What is the name that the divine has called you? And that name is abundance. You must begin to identify yourself or define yourself as being a person of abundance, as being a person of great positive manifestations. You got to define yourself as a rich person, no matter what is taking place in your life. When we talk about rich living is not about just having material wealth, but money is just an expression of what you have on the inside. And as we begin to work with divine substance, we take through our thoughts, we're able to shape this substance. There's substance throughout the universe that's in the atmosphere right now. And we take our thoughts and we shape our realities. Our realities are shaped by ourselves. You must understand that you have the power. There are a lot of people that feel powerless. If you feel like you're powerless, you must begin to change that now and tell yourself and talk to yourself and tell yourself that you have power. You have power to change this condition. You have the power to change this situation, but you begin to use this power with your thoughts and with your intentions and with your feelings. You begin to talk to yourself as a powerful person. We talked ourselves out of things, so now we must begin to talk ourselves into positive results in our lives. Who do you say that you are? Who has God, who has the universe revealed to you that you are? You must define yourself not according to where you are right now, but define yourself as to where you're going. Define yourself as who you really are. You are, I am, we are spiritual beings, not flesh beings, but we are spiritual beings first. And as we begin to align ourselves with this spiritual nature and define ourselves as a spiritual being, then we will detach from some of these situations that we're going through, that we're facing. We begin to realize and awaken to the fact that I have power to overcome these challenges. These are just mere situations. Some people ask me, well, how long does it take? How long does it take? How long will I go through this? How long will I suffer through this? Don't worry about the how longs. That's not what's important right now. What's important is how long will you carry those thoughts that are bringing those situations into your life? That's the question. It's not how long will I go through this, but it's how long will I carry the thoughts? How long will I see myself in this negative light? How long will I see myself smaller than what I really am? How long will I see myself as poor? How long will I see myself as broke? How long will I see myself as a sick person? When we begin to change the image, change the thoughts, then we can change our results. And you've got to know that you have the power. But the question is, again, who do you say that you are? What has been revealed to you by the divine, by the infinite, as to who you are? So you got to get a revelation, get an idea of who you are, and define yourself as that. Don't give anybody else the control of your definition. Don't allow anyone else to define you. Whomever writes your definition determines your outcome. And when we do that, when we allow others to define us, when we allow situations or conditions to define us, then we lose control. You are a powerful person, but you will not walk in this power until you realize it and until you begin to affirm that in your life, that you are powerful, and that you don't have to accept limited situations. You don't have to accept these conditions as your reality. They are simply challenges that we face each and every day. So I ask the question again, who do you say that you are? Define yourself using the power of your I am. I talk about that in my book, Consciously Wealthy, Developing a Rich Mind to Make Power Moves. Be very careful with your I am. It's okay to say that you feel a particular way. It's okay to say that I feel bad, that I feel sick today, that I feel angry, I feel upset. Why? Because feelings, they come and go. Feelings are visitors, and they change throughout the day. We go through various degrees of feelings and emotions throughout the day. But I've learned to be very careful with my I am, because what I have declared that I am, that is exactly what I become. That is exactly what you become. So take your power. Don't give anyone the power to determine your I am. What do you say about yourself? I am wealthy. I am rich. I am prosperous. I'm a winner. I'm an overcomer. You see, when you begin to identify yourself as a spiritual being, then you automatically become a winner. It's the nature of spirit. It's the nature of God to win at everything. It is the nature. The universe has been designed and created to be successful, to win, to expand. The entire universe is expanding every second, and you are to expand as well. So it's up to you. It's the power of your belief. It's your choice. It's your right. And you have to take that. You have to take your right. You have to take your choice. It's up to you to determine that. Make your definition. Make your definition, and make your definition clear. Don't wait to become something to develop the mindset of it. Every self-made millionaire had a millionaire's mentality or mindset before they actually had the physical manifestation or the money in the bank. When you speak with athletes, they use the power of their vision. They see themselves winning. They see themselves with the goal. They see themselves with the trophy. And as they see themselves with it, then they begin to react in that manner. So you got to do the same thing. This is what rich living is all about. I get this question oftentimes, and we were there in South Africa and posted some pictures. And one of the events where we spoke, they sent the stretch Mercedes-Benz limousine, and I posted the pictures of this limousine of us getting in it. There were pictures that were posted, and people began to ask, "What is this rich living? Is this all about money?" You know, and I was able to begin to share with them that rich living is simply a spiritual philosophy that brings transformation in a person's mind, moving the mind from poverty to prosperity. It's up to you. You define rich for yourself. Some people see themselves as rich because they have their family with them. Some people equate richness with money. And I don't think it's one thing or the other. I think it's all inclusive. As we begin to identify ourselves as spiritual people, as spiritual beings, then we begin to tap into this success ideas. We get these success ideas. These downloads come to us as the same way as Jesus said to Peter, flesh and blood didn't reveal this to you, but the Father which is in heaven. Heaven is a realm of consciousness. It is a realm of consciousness where divine ideas are. And we take those ideas and we begin to affirm them and appropriate them in our lives. And as we begin to meditate and ponder on those ideas, on these rich ideas, we take these ideas and these ideas become physical manifestations in our lives. So I ask you that question again. Who do you say that you are? It's up to you. You've got to begin to do your work to determine who you are. That's where the whole thing comes in. It's up to you. Either you can continue to say that I'm a loser, I'll never have this. You know, as a life coach, women come to me, there's no man for me. There's no man for me. You know, 10 years go by, 20 years go by, there's no man for me. Well, of course there's no man for you, because that's what you're saying over and over again, is there's no man for me. We even have to be careful as people of color, because we've defined ourselves by these world standards and these world ideas that we are not, that we can't have certain things, or we can't go certain places because the systems are working against us. The systems are coming against us. The systems are put in place. And some of you, I know, you're going to get a little upset with me. And some of you, you've heard me say that, and you say, well, now I can't believe Richard says something like that. You know, yes, there are systems in place. Yes, absolutely. There are systems in place. There are policies in place that will keep people in substandard living. But it's up to those people to take control, to be a voice for themselves, and begin to say within themselves and talk themselves into this idea that my skin is not a limitation for me. Where I'm from, it's not a limitation for me. This is not who I am. This skin I'm in, this is not who I am. There's something more powerful on the inside of me. And what is on the inside of me? That same power that created the entire universe is on the inside of me. So who do you say that you are? Throughout this day, you got to begin to say, I'm rich, I'm loved, I'm wealthy, I'm healthy, I am successful. As you begin to do that, you are defining yourself by yourself. And that's what God says. I am that I am. I define myself by myself. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, who do you say that you are? Well, I say I am Rich Living. And this has been your Rich Living moment.